I often get this question of why I don't do any kind of PvP service or carries like many other people do, even though they believe I am more than capable of doing such. In this video, I'll do my best to dissect my general dislike for the carry culture side of the D2 community. To offer some context, I used to do double carries pretty much exclusively back in Trials of the Nine. All those doubles I did were with Infrared. This guy hasn't played or streamed in years, so it's very likely you've never heard of him. This is what originally kickstarted my stream early on. As a streamer, even till this day, my goal is to help players improve, give them tips on what they can work on. You know, literally ask me anything. I felt I was not accomplishing my goal at all doing Trials help because 9 times out of 10, the raffle winners had no intention of improving and only saw Infrared and I as a free elevator to their loot. Fast forward to Warmind when they removed Radar from Trials and it pretty much remained a common occurrence where the raffle winners just didn't give a shit. I felt I wasn't progressing in my goal in the least, so I eventually stopped doing Trials help and instead shifted my focus to scrimming, 3v4 or 2v4 Trials challenges instead. I wanted to shift away from the whole service stream persona. There's obviously a lot more I could have said in regards to my history as a streamer in the service stream directory, but for the sake of time, I'm just gonna move on. I'm hoping the little synopsis of my early history being a service streamer covers some solid ground as to what initially fueled my dislike for the carry culture. One may ask, well, what do you mean by carry culture? In regards to the culture side of things, I am mainly referring to mannerisms and behavior that has fostered over the years since the inception of carries back in D1, when Real Crafty pretty much started that trend. One common behavior I notice is that people hop into a PvP streamer's chat expecting a service from a streamer, expecting something out of me. Yo, you do raffles? Is there a raffle going? Like, bro, I'm not even playing Trials and my stream title isn't at all indicative of me playing Trials. It's also frowned upon to run stacked or just play with friends who are good. Sure, Bungie embraced the popularity of carries. Keep in mind, I said embrace, not endorsed. They embraced the popularity of carries, but that's not the original intent of the game mode. The former is questionable even still because the Safe Harbor or Light for the Lost Triumph is completed by simply playing with someone who hasn't been flawless that season. These could be good players who just don't play Trials. In a mode that incentivizes running with preferably good players, there is somehow this unspoken rule that if you are a really talented PvP player, you must do carries. Like, what? Trials itself is already unengaging as it is. I'm not going to make matters worse by carrying unappreciative sandbags either. Backing out for other streamers doing help was quite popular back in the Trials of the Nines days. You still see it from time to time, but not to the degree that you saw back, several years ago. But in Trials of the Nine with No Mercy, there is this unspoken rule that implies the need to back out if you were early in your card when you matched the Sherpa who was further in their passage than you. If you didn't back out, you were seen as some sort of asshole and it caused some minor beef between Sherpas for literally nothing. Moving along, another point of interest that comes to mind are the Sherpas and the depressing D2 directory of service streams. Let me make this clear right now before anyone gets the wrong idea. I'm not defaming or discrediting people who chose to be a service streamer. Everyone's situation is different, right? Service streams might be all they have, or it might be the content that brings the best results. In short, I have nothing personal against these streamers or Sherpas. I'm sure they're great people. With that out of the way, I want to discuss another pain point or byproduct of the carry culture, and that would be Sherpas not doing their job. I feel like many people who do services are simply just riding that wave because it's the meta for the D2 Twitch directory. If you are capable of helping people through activities, it's an easy wave to ride and it brings fast results. However, most Sherpas don't really show these players the ropes and give tips or point out small nuances for them to keep in mind as they play. One important caveat I will make note of though is that the lack of mentorship isn't completely at the fault of the Sherpa. The demographic of viewers who watch service streams proved it proved over the years to these Sherpas that those who win the raffle generally don't care about growth as a player. Any tip these Sherpas give these players literally goes in one ear and out the other, and they fail to retain information and apply it in a real case scenario 9 times out of 10. Look at this clip, for example.
Again, dude, like I say, I love money just as everyone else. But I would rather people who are bad at the game ask questions, bro. What could they have done better? What could I do better? Help me with my build. Something, man. Show me that you give a fuck other than just getting the chest and dipping. I love that shit, bro. I love to learn. And I don't mind helping. But when they're just here for the fucking hop in the backpack, bro, and chill next to the fucking composition notebook and the water bottle with some fucking color pencils next to the little Toy Story penguin doll in the backpack, bro, I can't.
I'm kind of with JP on this one here, if I'm going to be completely honest. If players showed that they actually gave a fuck about improving, they would ask questions or show concern on whether their loadout is good, or ask the Sherpa what they can do or how they can contribute to maximize their chance at success. If the guy getting pack back doesn't care, why should the Sherpa care, if you know what I mean? If I'm dog shit at the game and I win a raffle, I'm literally asking for suggestions on my build. Do I have a stag? No, I do not, but I'll pull that bitch out of the collections right now and use an exotic I've never used before if it means it will help the team out. Show the Sherpas you care so they can do their part and teach. If it was more common that the raffle winners showed some sense of urgency or concern about their performance, Sherpas would be more inclined to teach. But since they don't teach. Another small but frustrating thing to deal with are chat hoppers. I guess carries have nothing to do with these, but it does happen often. Streamer A is doing a carry and loses to streamer B, who is running stacked. Viewers from streamer A's chat will white knight and chat hop, causing drama that I simply can't be bothered to deal with. Even this past weekend in the trials tourney, when pretty much all the big streamers ran stacked, people just chat hopped, causing trauma and twisting another streamer's word to make out the opposition to look like assholes.
There, or like give my brand a bad rep type shit. It's more just the morals behind it. I cannot stand it. If I'm watching a stream and someone says this game's slow, and then I go to the person they're playing against stream and say they're bitching so much, they're rage quitting, they're about to get offline, you are triggering them, keep doing it. Like, how much of a fucking asshole do you have to be to just lie? My least favorite thing about this weekend, more than the matchmaking itself, was the chat hopping and just drama. I never watch VODs of people I play against. This week I did because I knew people were causing drama, and it made me so annoyed. Like, legit put me in a bad mood that people just lie about what I say. And the worst part is, it's like people from my chat that want to see, like, me win the game, so they'll talk shit. Or, like, they'll go to, like, just for an example, they'll go to Jake's stream saying, why are you hiding and shit? I don't want you to do that. You're not helping me by doing that. You're just making me look like an asshole, whether you're trying to support me or not. Is there any aim channel for console? I have no idea. Says? No, he does. Everyone does. Like, it's overwhelming as fuck for us. It sucks. Jake openly said he was overwhelmed and he was having a bad time because of the chat hopping, and I was too. It sucks. It's a trials match. We don't care who wins or loses. We're not going to fall out over it. The viewers are trying to make it happen.
Don't do this, by the way. It's not helping the person you are trying to support or stand up for. It's honestly just very cringe, and you are embarrassing them on their behalf. Keep in mind, these were stack versus stacks. Neither party was doing carries, and there was chat hoppers. All in all, I'm not really going to add to that depressing cesspool of a directory which is just plagued with trials carries. I want people to watch my stream because they enjoy my company or they are captivated by my gameplay, not because I'm some service or elevator that they can abuse to their flawless loot. I don't offer any incentive for people to sub to me, and most people who watch me are aware of this. So if they go the extra mile by subbing or gifting subs, it's a better feeling knowing they genuinely appreciate my company or watch my stream for me rather than what I can offer them. I'm hoping that this was a good listen. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. Benny and JP Blinks' Twitch links are in the description. I'm not going to tell you to follow them, but I encourage you to check out their content and determine for yourself if they are worth your follow. See you guys around. That dude got his ankles broken, holy. That dude actually got his ankles broken.